What's up everybody? Maxwell Ventura, realtor with Douglas Elliman here in San Diego. Today I'm talking about two principles very special to the world of real estate investing, and it's a reason why investors are able to make such a high return on their money. Those two key terms are leverage and compounding. So first let's talk about leverage. So what exactly is leverage? Leverage is essentially just borrowed money. So the more that you borrow, essentially the more leverage that you are. So leverage really is nothing more than debt. And so debt can come from various places. It can come from the bank, it can come from private sources, right? And you have all different types of lenders that will lend you money in different ways. So if debt is leverage, think of it in terms of you have a heavy object, and the way to move that heavy object, you would apply force to a lever. So it's the same with real estate investing. With little of your own cash or little of your own force, but if you have a lever, meaning leverage or other people's money, you can now acquire a lot of properties. That would be the same thing as that heavy rock. So debt is leverage essentially. And real estate is unique in the investing world because it's really one of the few areas where it's commonplace to use other people's money. And so it differs in that way in stocks and bonds. And in fact, if you think about it, there's an entire industry that has been built up specifically around lending money. So now I want to talk about compounding. Einstein called it the eighth wonder of the world for a very good reason. Essentially, you earn a return and then you reinvest those proceeds, which then increases your earning power. So in other words, you will earn income on the money that you invest. That then gets added to your initial base, and then when you combine the two, it increases the amount that you'll continue to earn over time. So it creates a very powerful snowball effect, or an acceleration. And so if you've ever heard the analogy, or the question rather, would you rather take $1 million or a penny doubled every day? And I'm sure by now many of you have heard this, but on the 29th day, you're at $2.5 million essentially. Day 30, you're at 5 million, and then day 31, you're all the way up at 10. So that's the power of compounding. So now this is where the magic happens. When you combine leverage and compounding, you essentially get rocket fuel. So that acceleration curve that I mentioned before is now going to be on a much grander scale. So let's take a quick, really simple example. Let's say you purchase a property for $100,000. using $25,000 of your own money, so 25%. So that means that you just acquired an asset that's essentially 4 times larger than the amount of your own money that you invested into the deal. So for every dollar that you put in, you have an investing power of $4. And so this is really where something special happens. When you have leverage and compounding combined in your real estate business, you have the potential for extraordinary growth. And this is really where San Diego excels in spades, because if you think about it, with a higher appreciation percentage, that's really what appreciation is, that's your compounding, right, year over year. When you have a higher priced asset, so really San Diego real estate, or most states that essentially touch seawater that are along the coast, higher priced asset, now with the appreciation, now we're at about between 15 to 20% year over year. Just for very conservative math, let's just say 5%. Well, 5% on, let's say, a median sales price home in San Diego of $750,000, 5% of $750 is roughly $37,500. If you take that same 5% the next year, well, now that increase just got even larger, right? It's gonna go up to 38,000 something. And then the following year, it'll be at 39, and then 41, and then 43 and a half. So the gains keep getting bigger and bigger. And the reason why that San Diego excels in spades is because if you're taking a percentage on a higher number, now your gains will be incrementally bigger. So that's why really appreciation, that's why they say that you get rich through equity, not necessarily income. So that's really the magic of a high appreciating market and combining leverage and compounding. So this also is a lot easier to grasp on a spreadsheet. I love going through this with my clients that are detail oriented and they want to get into the details. We can go through this. So if you have any questions about leverage compounding and how it applies to San Diego real estate, feel free to reach out anytime. And thank you so much. I hope this was of some value, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Take care.